Welcome to Strongest Style, a pro wrestling podcast. I am your host, the living legend, and soon to be the next Strongest Style World Heavyweight Champion, Logan Hurston. And I'm of course joined by my co-host, the Gimmick Killer, Cooper Prater.
My God, is that? Why, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's Stephen Farley. What's he doing in the Ark of Professional Wrestling Noah? He just hit a bro kick on the GHC champion, Shane Hayes. Oh no, that's Yoshitatsu. He's handed him a Team 2000X shirt, Mark Pickering.
That's scarily accurate. That's might be your best impression I think I've ever heard you do, Cooper. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
I'm just good at Scottish. That's all. I've perfected the giant professional wrestling Noah commentator.
Back from his Saudi Arabian vacation, he is a giant, the man with the greatest combination of last names in wrestling history, Mr. Jack Rose Dudley.
That's not where I was. I feel like that must be something that came up last week.
He doesn't
tell us about Riyadh.
He doesn't listen to the podcast.
I apologize. I'm gonna get to it. I just came back home yesterday evening.
On the Crown Prince's dollar.
I was not in Riyadh. I was in Orlando. I
like that's any better.
Extremely. Oh my God.
American Riyadh.
What do you think about it?
I feel very overwhelmed right now, straight from my room turning green from the Cooper impression onto this, having to deflect this baseless accusation. I don't know if I want to be on this week. This is a lot to take in. I'm doing well. I was had a nice week off. Now I'm back, and my boy is holding championship gold again, and the G1 starts in a week. Yeah, no. Only the real Sami Zayn diehards.
That was the quickest retraction.
Only the real diehards can celebrate that victory, of which I am not one. No, I'm talking, of course, about the Madman, and we will get to that later. But for now, I'm just happy to be back home for a little while. And honestly, even though I'm looking forward to it, I'm happy to be able to stay here and watch on my TV the Chicago show, because I am spent, I tell you. It's a vacation that provided very little actual relaxation.
What?
With my family the entire time. It's a good time, but it's a lot of work, and also I was with a lot of family the entire time.
The Chicago show is Saturday?
It's this Saturday.
Interesting. We'll come back to that later.
Last minute.
Well, I'm going to Atlanta. I could just stop in Auburn and then drive to Atlanta in the morning. And
oh, no, yeah, absolutely. Y'all come and hang out with me if you want. I thought you were saying that you were going to go to the show.
No. No, of course not. You've been mad, dude.
Y'all come. No, let's throw a little party. It'll be fun.
The reason I say you came from Saudi Arabia is because the original bit when your brother was going to come on was he was going to be the Saudi Arabian correspondent. But since you decided to no-show and bigwig us last week, we decided to make your family's vacation a little Saudi Arabia excursion.
That's hilarious. If you can believe it, actually, I was totally just me. I was too exhausted to try and didn't think I'd be able to find a spot.
That's fair.
To be able to record well. But Sliffy was he was very much on board, and we should run that back. We should run back a Cliff episode at some point.
I'm telling you, man, we'll find a retro.
He was like, "Oh, Logan, I can never say no to you."
That does sound a lot like Sliff. Yeah, welcome back to Strongest Style. The grudge match, second or third time me and Jack have tied and had to do a quiz. Cooper's never had to be
second.
Cooper.
I know, because I did.
Yeah, you did last
I made both of them.
The grudge match, a rematch. Maybe Jack will get his win back on this one. Coming up in a few minutes. But first, as always, we have to start with the news in the wide world of professional wrestling. Cooper, you are hilariously our newsman, even though I had a degree in broadcast journalism. I refuse to write anything down. So can you please give us the headlines?
Let us
goddamn,
know.
somebody has to. Yeah. So. Well, yes, I did my finest investigative reporting to bring you all news from the wide world of professional wrestling. This reporting, of course, included such detailed measures as scrolling through Twitter and then making a little note in a notes app when I saw something interesting. So the brief little highlights of this week in the wacky world of professional wrestling is starting things off. The floodgates remain open. They will perhaps never close again on old total nonstop action because yet another seemingly lifer has left that sinking ship, scurrying like the plague-ridden rats that they are. That's not true. I don't know why I keep calling professional wrestlers rats when they work for companies that I don't like. That's a habit that I maybe need to stop doing. But Eric Young, Super Eric, EY, the former leader of Sanity for real NXT Black and Gold heads.
That's me.
From way back when.
They
you
were,
can tell us all about Sanity, Jack.
He's also sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that long time NXT Tag Team Champions in my universe mode back in the day.
Really?
I loved Sanity. They were fun.
Was that the iteration with Sawyer Fulton or
yeah, I did actually. Well, they
Killian Dane.
They added Dane in DLC for that first game that they were in. So you actually could have a full Sanity crew that never existed on TV because they had all of them in the game.
It is so funny that faction ultimately never did anything on the main roster and I think NXT tag titles maybe one time and for years people were like Nikki Cross is gonna come back and Sanity's gonna come back. That's how deep the black and gold marks were. You also forget this was TNA's Daniel Bryan Cooper, if you remember correctly.
That is very correct. Yes. That was the first time really that I knew anything at all about Eric Young was during the TNA Daniel Bryan run. Which is funny because I think they literally just chose him because he has a beard, and that's it. He has really no other.
He had a very Daniel Bryan-esque beard.
A monster. I turned into a monster. It was cool because EY is the most TNA lifer to actually leave TNA and come back and leave again.
Several times.
Yes. But he was there from the start back in the day.
Yeah.
He was there for the Shark Boy became Stone Cold Shark Boy segment, brother. Oh, shell yeah. TNA Knockouts?
Oh, I forgot to mention also, yes, the Knockouts Tag Team Championships with ODB. That's right.
Yeah, he was part of Team Canada too. Never forget. What was the match they did where they jumped out of the ring and then they King of the Mountain? Was that King of the Mountain?
The reverse battle royal? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. TNA was doing some bollocks at all times. But yeah, EY seemingly leaving and seemingly also going straight to WWE because he signed to WWE during the big rehiring phase, and then Vince came back and he's like, I have enough morals to not work with Vince, and then went right back to TNA and did the faction we talked about last week. I'm already blanking out on the name.
Yes, Violent by
Design.
Yeah.
And then I think he went away again and then came back.
He did. He I think got rehired in the big Triple H is in charge now. We're rehiring all the people that all these little indie marks the people I think Killer Cross.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Braun Strowman, shit like that,
What's
during that phase.
Dude, remember when Cross came back, like, teasing a feud with Peak Roman?
I do
That's how he
remember that.
returned,
No, I
dude.
don't.
He
He
at
came
all,
back
did.
and
actually.
attacked Drew McIntyre, and then he, like, turned the hourglass over in front
And
of
look at
Roman
Roman,
Reigns.
yeah. And
Roman
then
fucking Reigns.
Roman said, "I am
That's
never working with that guy
That was never
ever."
gonna happen. Nuh-uh.
As much as
that's
as
crazy.
much as I crap on Big Rome, he's got good instincts, man, and he is created two of the phrases I think I say the most of any wrestling phrases, which is "no pop." And that move sucks. That move doesn't beat
Yeah.
That move doesn't beat
nobody.
anybody.
Uh, but yeah. What a disastrous time. That guy's MLW champion right now, Killer Cross. Apparently breaking into Hollywood as MLW is showing to me on my TV screen. But yeah, he left, went back to TNA, and then I guess finally, I mean, he at least has enough shame to know, like, I'm not going to be underpaid. Already what you're underpaying me. So him, much like, I swear it's like everybody. They got Mr. Elegance. They got Moose. They got Nick Nemeth. They got Frankie Kazarian. Still, kind of right
All the
now.
roster.
That's a roster of killers right there. And I guess Leon Slater and Ricky Sosa for the time being, but I don't think they're long for the world.
Yeah, let's wait and see on that.
Yeah, Leon Slater is the most gone guy I've ever seen. He's been gone for the fact that he's still in the company is surprising. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Apparently, he's supposedly going back to WWE now. There's like WWE's interested in him again. Now, I would assume this is not in a wrestling capacity. I would assume this.
Producer role.
Yeah, it has to be, right? I mean, half the producers now are just 2000 TNA guys, bro. Bobby Roode, Abyss, what's his name? The commentator, I'm blanking out on his name. You know what I'm talking about. Jerry Borash.
Oh my god.
Jeremy Borash. He's a super producer over there, bro.
Yeah, man.
Who else from TNA they have producers over there?
AJ?
Oh yeah, AJ. I just forget. AJ just doesn't. Even though he is a TNA guy, AJ's just AJ Styles. Like that just.
Yeah.
And he's the most WWE fucking guy ever. Actually,
That's
true. Yeah.
That's the father of
more
Avery
so what
Styles.
he's known for now.
That's the father of Avery Styles.
Yes,
right
soon to be legend in this business,
Avery.
Avery Jones. But yeah, let's not stay on this for too long because this is just going to be us naming TNA moments.
It's just reminiscing, you know.
As it has been for the last 5 minutes. But I think it's just further confirmation. I think that TNA might actually not be long for this world this time. I don't think this seems to me very much to be like, the company making efforts to sell. Like, I don't see any other real way out of this situation that they seem to be in. Their main guy, Carlos Silva, like, everything that he's ever done beforehand has just been selling other companies, like when they're at the very end of their lifespan. So it makes pretty good sense to me that they just see TNA the same way. They'll give it to WWE. Maybe WWE, I don't know, makes it another Evolve on Tubi or something. Just another, place where they can shove all the, immature and green indie talent and college athletes that they are gonna cut in another year and a half after they sign them. So bad times for total nonstop action, but when is it ever good times for total nonstop action? Really? So moving on, bringing things a little closer to home. for some reason. I made a note of this, and we talked about it briefly before we started the show. So I don't know, maybe I've gotten all the reactions I can get out of this. But fresh off of their new American excursion, Hazuki and Fuwa-chan from Stardom, World Wonder Ring Stardom. Hazuki, obviously, recently seen on American television and AEW in the Owen Hart women's tournament, and Fuwa-chan, very famous in our circle for apparently telling somebody to kill themselves way back when.
Hell yeah.
They are going to be finding their way in the premier Alabama independent wrestling organization, New South Pro Wrestling, for their big anniversary show. I think it's been like, I don't know, I think it's like 15 years or something. I remembered seeing an X in the logo, so I think that's at least 10 years that New South has been in operation around here. Well, not around here, mostly in North Alabama, which is quite far from here, actually. And this, I think, will be in Florence, which I kick myself every day because I lived in Florence for like 2 years and I never went to a single show. I didn't know that New South was a thing. But yeah, they will be on that show apparently. Also joining them is, speaking of MLW stars, the Rude Dude, Matt Riddle, is going to be at that very same show. Clap, get into it. Logan, I know you have your tickets booked right now.
See, here's the thing. This is like my only chance to see Fuwa-chan live, probably, unless I go to like a Stardom show in Japan one day. So I am very tempted. But I would have to have like a 20-minute piss break during the Matt Riddle main event. Maybe we main event, I can just leave early.
I
go straight to the merch table for.
He's gonna stare you down.
I go straight to the merch table for Fuwa-chan, brother. Me and Jack, we go straight over.
We're
there.
right at, no doubt.
How far is Florence from me? I'm gonna look this up now. They've already sold out of
about
front row, so it's the 11th anniversary, by the way. I did look this up.
11.
Yep. Florence is about 3 hours from me.
It's about. So. Yeah, it's 4 hours from Auburn, so I imagine it's a little closer for you.
Maybe I can make a. How far is it from Hunts Vegas? Let's see.
Like an hour, I think.
Just think I could, or it's about hour 20. I could just drive there, go to the show, and then stay with my friends in Huntsville that weekend.
Hey.
You know, I need to go to some of these indie shows. I've been too far. It's too soon. It's I need to go to more live wrestling.
I always think the same thing. Yeah.
Well, me and Cooper.
It just sucks that the last time we went to an independent wrestling show, it was the absolute drizzling shit. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well,
it put me off of it for so long.
Me and Cooper were supposed to see Eric Stevens at Retinal, and then he retired. So it looks like me and him are gonna go see.
God damn it.
Mustafa Ali at Retinal, I guess. He sent me that post. I don't even see what that...
that was for you to go. I am not going to shit.
You want to make the 2-hour trek?
Until I get done with this. Brother,
Cooper has a very important wrestling date to make.
We've talked about this for the better part of fucking...
But what if, you had the day off,
Logan.
And I paid for your ticket?
No, I don't care.
Okay, well.
I don't care that much about Mustafa Ali. I'm sorry.
He's got to get out there to see the what the fuck is he called? I don't know. The president again.
Mustafa Ali?
Yeah, Mustafa Ali.
Oh,
the nickname. I don't know. Who cares? That's a point in the column of don't go. Who cares?
I'm going to save the big New Japan non title change related news for that segment because I feel like we'll have something more to say on it.
Oh, no doubt.
When we talk about New Japan as a whole.
I'm just looking at New South's Instagram page. They're running Nick Gage this month. They have Nick Gage coming down in Florence for Americana 250. Please tell me he's wrestling Tim Bosby. That'd be awesome. They haven't announced his match yet, but he's going to be there. So.
big things happen.
New South.
Yeah. There maybe who knows? Maybe the Rude Dude will get
All right.
that oversized gold belt. I don't know. Actually, the last time I saw it, I think they scaled it down a little bit.
Did they really?
They realized it was a little comical, but yeah. Fuck,
it's literally the biggest prize in all of professional wrestling.
Yeah, right. And then let's stop beating around the bush. It was the source of my intro segment this particular week. Obviously, the talk of the town past couple of days has been not the official release yet, but word on the street is that none other than Sheamus is going to be probably letting his WWE contract expire. I think that this came from some insider source, close to them. That's not been specifically said, but the Observer has commented on this. Fightful has commented on this, so it seems fairly well corroborated at this point that he is going to be out of there, and this has sparked a number of reactions from across the wrestling world, the vast majority of which are very positive because people really like Sheamus now.
Yeah, he's sort of gotten
fucking rocks.
Yeah, he's gotten this sort of cult following over the years. Is like Sheamus is weird, like he's a popular WWE wrestler who's not been in a big spotlight for a long time, and when you're not pushed that hard, you do have a little bit more freedom of expression, I feel like. And so Sheamus has been able to, under the radar, do his own thing for a long time. And people dig it. And, he's on the older side now. But I think he could really have a good twilight stage of his career, finally, returning to the independents or just going to AEW or something. Obviously, I'd love, with his whole style, to see him work a little bit in the King of Sports. Who knows if that'll happen. No matter what, I'm just glad that he's gonna get this run. I mean, counting our chickens before they hatch, but you have to imagine that that he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much left for him to do if he stays.
Yeah.
In WWE. I mean, he's a fucking 3-time WWE champion.
Yes.
All 3 of which reigns fucking sucked ass.
Yes. I was at the Survivor Series where he won the title with Money in the Bank with the Mohawk. Really? Yeah.
Wow.
It was in Atlanta, and we weren't sure about going because that was back when we were still all worried. America was still talking about Islamic terrorists all the time, and I remember that
you were afraid there was going to be Islamic terrorists.
It was one of those
in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Survivor Series.
It was one of those things where, apparently, the CIA has found a list of potential targets of ISIS, attacks, and they said that Survivor Series in Atlanta was one that they had considered bombing. And so we were driving the way there, and my dad was like, "I don't know if I should be doing this, man." I was like, "Dad, we want to go see Survivor Series."
This is the strangest time capsule of information that you could have dropped.
I remember that so vividly. Because I was afraid, and then we went, and then Sheamus won the WWE Championship.
So in many ways, it's just as bad.
I know,
it's just as bad as the terrorist attacked.
Might as well worse. I know, dude. Oh, that is a good story.
Oh man, that's okay. Wow, yeah. Sheamus, the cause of Jack's near-death experience from 2015. Oh. So, but yeah, he is an interesting case study, I guess. From that early FCW developmental range that produced a lot of people who wouldn't take until their later years to really find their footing, and I wonder why that is, because him and Drew and Kofi Kingston and like a bunch of those guys all were like in the same system at the same time. And when they first get brought up, they're just blander than fucking whatever, unseasoned mashed potatoes. Like, you can't do anything with them really whatsoever. But then as they aged into their roles, they got like really good all of a sudden. Where like, Kofi gets his Kofi Mania thing, and Drew leaves, comes back looking like he ate, his previous self. And Sheamus suddenly discovered, I guess, fucking, 90s All Japan tapes, and fucking decided to just start wailing on folks with a big gun. So now, it is weird that this like super, made in a lab WWE, the kind of action figure product that he was, turned into something that like whatever, like, smarter fans or indie fans or whatever are really excited to see, kind of stretch his wings and take a chance on himself. So I can say that I definitely am. So
yeah, there's a chance that people were saying like he might retire, which I think is bollocks. I mean, he's obviously like he's injured right now, because I don't know if you guys saw the injury he got recently with him in the gym, but like I don't know if like a machine exploded or something, but like split his whole head open. So he's been off TV for a while.
Oh yeah, that fucking awful.
Yeah,
like, just straight up like gash in his head.
Yep. Bro's been wearing a lot of the newsboy caps as of recently. I've not seen his hair since, which I assume is for good measure. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been booking him into the Death Riders, which I don't want to see, because I know you want to see that. To be fair, I would like to see. Obviously, I want to see him work with Cesaro again. Someone said they're going to be called the Pub, which I thought was funny.
That'd be so.
But also, if he was in the Death Riders, I just want to see him interact with. I want him to just be smacking around Garcia and Yuta in like every segment. Would be fun. Yeah. I really do want him to actually just go over to
him and Gabe just bark at each other.
Yes.
No, the Bar reuniting would be really fun. They were always a great team, and I don't think Claudio is doing anything better right now. I mean, not that he's doing a great CMLL run, but like, get them together, man. That'd be a great thing for the tag division. That'd be fucking cool. Get in tag league. I love the Bar.
I think, dude, I would love to see him in a modern day, like any Japanese promotion, but specifically New Japan.
Dude, versus the KOB would be amazing.
Or I just think, like, bro, imagine him versus Bolton.
Like, did y'all see that Bolton shaved his beard?
What?
Well, I'm sorry, this is too important to talk about. He shaved. He came back today, and he looks like an egg. Wait, okay. Y'all keep talking. But I'm going to post this in the group chat so you can see.
I'm looking this up right now.
The way he just whispered, like an egg.
Like an egg. Did you see what
I'm really scared.
Did you see what I sent into general? If you haven't, you should look at this. Apparently, I found out today that all of Jack's favorite wrestlers go to the same barber in Japan. And by Jack's favorite wrestlers, I mean Gabe Kidd, who has no hair, by the way. I don't know what he's shaving. I guess he's just trying to keep that smooth bald. And I get a little beard trim. Fujita, Jake Lee, and of course his real favorite, Drilla Maloney, all go to the same barber who posts about them every time they get a haircut.
They must, I don't know. It was funny to see. The Gabe one's really funny.
Yeah, the Gabe one's really funny. Someone commented like the wrestlers are so nice outside of the ring, and it's like Gabe going crazy in the video.
He's so.
If it's in the server, if you want to watch it, Cooper. But I think that's it. I'd really like to see. I think Sheamus in this modern day landscape.
Okay, it's in the group chat now.
I think him in the Arc, I think he could have some fun matches over there. It would be hilarious if he went to All Japan. What? He does look like an egg. He has like crazy cauliflower here.
I did see it.
I see what you're saying now, Jack. He should grow that. He needs to grow that beard back now.
Yeah. Terrible. It's really terrible.
I think he'd be fun with the dub. I don't think the thing is like about him leaving is like people are like he's gonna retire. I'm like, brother, if he knows he can make one last good contract, he's like early 40s, late 30s. Like, why not give like one AEW run? You won't even have to work as much, if he doesn't want to do the whole go to Japan thing.
I mean, he is in great shape. I mean, he's like a fitness guy. That's his whole second thing.
Yeah.
Is that he's like...
Yeah, he could probably keep like going in the shape that he's in for, God, I don't know, maybe until he's fucking like 50 or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, age is, at the end of the day, age is just a number. Sheamus is clearly in good health. I don't see why he couldn't have another run.
The only reason I think he couldn't is if he didn't want to. Like, I mean, Terry Funk wrestled till he was 70, so...
Right.
Well, that's what...
Well, and then he did some more stuff every once in a while.
What's crazy is Sheamus' final Raw match was also Cena's final Raw match. They...
Oh, were they on... Whatever, the same... Like... Whatever. Was Sheamus on that, like, Cena last match?
No, he wasn't on his last match thing, but, like, he had, like, the week of that. He had, like, his final Raw match on Raw, and it was, like, him... It was a 6-man with Sheamus and Ray versus, I think, like, whatever, Judgment Day or something like that. And then Sheamus, like, legit has not been on TV. Or at least hasn't wrestled a match, I think, like, on Raw this year. So, he hasn't had, like, his last match was that Cena match. Which is crazy to think about. Because, like, it's crazy that he never got the IC title. Like, he bro was pining to get the Grand Slam for 4 years, the last 4 years of his career, and still hasn't done it. At least 4 years, if not like 5. Because what, the Gunther match was 2022, I think? 2023?
Yeah, I don't know.
What, the triple threat?
No, before the first
Clash at the Castle.
Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, that I think 2022. Yeah.
Yeah, like end of 2022.
Because it was in the build-up to that Mania.
Yeah. They had a couple matches, like, on the way. And they had the old-fashioned Donnybrook match. So we got Butch.
God help us. Yeah, we got Butch.
He's now just a sidekick to El Grande Americano.
I know. We don't have to talk about every career path and every wrestler.
That is like, if you are any fan of anybody in the British scene in the 2010s, you either have like just absolute fodder or rapist, sexual assault, sexual abuse, or like that's the pipeline. There is no good answer. Is there? Can you think of one? I guess Gunther maybe. That's it.
I mean, sure, yeah, whatever, selling his soul counts as the good ending.
Well, it's not the good ending, but like he's the only one who's like at least doing something of like substance, like he's
sure, he's a big star.
Yeah. I mean, can you think of anybody else from that era? Saber, I guess maybe.
Yeah, I guess, but that, I mean, it's so different.
He feels removed from that scene by that point, the progress stuff.
Yeah, if anything, he's more of a fucking, Puro guy.
Yeah.
Now, with just how long he's been over there. I don't know. Chris Brooks, that's the real good ending if you were a fucking...
No doubt.
Guy.
That is true.
It's just fucking around in DDT with a bunch of other handsome young lads.
Well, you say that, but there's a certain subset of fans who hate Chris Brooks guts as much as they hate ELP, so
You know what I think, that is funny that you bring that up, because I thought about it right after I said it, and I do
there is a difference.
Yeah, I don't have the same disdain in my heart for the kind of I do have joy and whimsy for Chris Brooks, and I do not have joy and whimsy for ELP. It very much is flirting and harassment.
ELP, I don't understand that. ELP does not have joy and whimsy for himself. He is the most miserable. This is what I say every week. He has that, like, sort of fun-loving, like, chanting gimmick. If you watch his matches, he's the most miserable fucking wrestler on the planet.
He does.
He looks like
until he's trying to get a job.
Until he has a chance to get a bigger paycheck in the States, I suppose. I'm sure it will not last long after he does get the deal. He will be wrestling on Ring of Honor every week with the same scowl on his face that he's had for the last 4 years. I am so glad that he is not in the G1 this year.
Yeah, that did make me smile.
Yeah.
I was happy. Well, there was like a part of me when I said that he was going, like, trying to get signed by AEW, that was like, oh, this sucks. But then I was like, wait, that means he won't be in the G1, and I got really happy because I'm like, I'm trying like for the 20th time, and I say this every year, to watch every match, and it makes it a lot easier if I don't have to watch 10 ELP matches.
I know. Honestly, it's not a bad lineup at all now that it's all said and done.
Not at all. If only we could get the Prince's shoulder hurt a little bit more, we could throw Tai Chi in. Make way. Phooey.
I'm starting to believe what Cooper said. I think with how often he's like joking about it on Twitter, I think it might just be totally fake, honestly.
Probably.
But maybe I'm wrong.
I told you.
Well, anything else to say about the news this week?
No, it's pretty slow. Well, I guess two major departures.
Yeah, but
I saw today that Yuji Nagata versus Satoshi Kojima is going to be the main event of that last ever Shinjuku Face show, which is kind of funny.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, I saw that.
Finally, fucking.
Yeah.
Japan is back, baby.
Yeah, old fucks versus each other in the last, yeah. So that should be fun. But yeah, besides that, we can move on.
All right. Well, so followers of the program might know that unfortunately, thanks to some fuckery by one Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, I was robbed of my Strongest Style championship.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my newly restored faith in Shin Nihon cannot save me from booking malpractice from Tiny Khan over there. So it's down to these two jokers who tied in our predictions. And I have, in fact, done my due diligence and made a 5-question quiz to determine the next Strongest Style champion. Gentlemen, same rules as last time in regards to you can pick the same answer every other question. So to try to decrease our chances of not having a tie from this, even though it's already unlikely with the odd number. So, for instance, you can answer the same on question 1. You cannot answer the same on question 2. Same,
Okay. I understand.
So, the theme for this particular quiz, the last time we did this, it was all about championship reigns and all that kind of stuff. This time, in spirit of the Forbidden Door, I am talking about several other past Forbidden Doors in wrestling history. Moments in which promotions crossed over for big special events, and I think you guys might you've got at least a couple of these in the bag. I think I would like to hope, but I am very intrigued to see some of your reactions to some of these questions. So we'll just go ahead and kick things off here. Question number, these are all multiple choice too, by the way. So just whatever you can answer in whatever order you want, however quickly you want, if you hear all the options. Question number 1. Where did the historic ECW title change in which a WWE signed Taz beat a WCW signed Mike Awesome for the belt take place? Was it A, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, B, in Manhattan, New York, C, in Buffalo, New York, or D, in Trenton, New Jersey?
C, Buffalo, New York.
Dude, I'm going to go with Manhattan. I think Logan might be right, though.
Logan is exactly right.
Ah.
It was in Daniel Garcia's hometown of Buffalo.
I knew it was New York,
Buffalo.
and then when I heard Buffalo, I'm like, I think it's Buffalo. It can't be Philly.
Yeah,
It can't
okay.
be Philly.
I put, oddly enough, my spoiler pick there was the New Jersey.
Yeah, that one did. I was like, I swear to God,
I thought
it was
one of
New
you would bite for
Jersey.
that.
That would
I
be so
almost
funny.
did. That's what the new beginning was, brother.
True.
That's right. That's straight up correct. Question number 2. How many times did Hulk Hogan main event in the Tokyo Dome?
Oh my gosh.
Was it A, 3 times, B, 2 times, C, 1 time, or D, 366 times in 1 year?
I almost want to pick that one and just throw this question, but I don't think I can do that.
It would, they, that famous year where New Japan famously ran all
Their
Tokyo
dumb
Dome
shows.
shows.
I'm going to say A, 3 times.
I can think of 2 times that I know of, but I think maybe that I am missing one, so I'm going to tie with Logan this time, and if we're both right, I'm going to go for 3 as well.
Jack, that is a very smart move because yes, it was
thank
3
God.
times.
I
that
know
he main evented.
he main evented against Stan Hansen, and then there was a match where he faced the Road Warriors with Tenryu.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And
what
then he
the
had
third.
a singles with Tenryu.
Okay.
In the SWS.
Yeah, it was all
shows.
SWS stuff. You never did it with.
The first the Hansen one. I
Oh
think
no,
was
that's
in
the
Japan.
Wrestling Summit thing. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
But either way,
Um.
very cool. Okay, let's keep on going.
Good job, gentlemen.
Thank you.
You're still alive for now, Jack.
All right.
So.
If only picked 2.
Number 3. Which NWA wrestler was in the National Wrestling Alliance stable during the 1998 NWA WWF Invasion angle when Jim Cornette brought over a bunch of his dumbass territory buddies to take over the WWF? Was Ron Garvin in the NWA stable? Or B, was Mike Rapada in the NWA stable? C, was Bombastic Bob in the NWA stable? Or D, was Blackjack Bradshaw in Jim Cornette's NWA stable?
Blackjack Bradshaw, final answer.
Logan, do you know who Blackjack Bradshaw is?
I would assume that's JBL. I have no idea. I'm just throwing it. I'm shooting from the hip.
Is that JBL?
Might be.
I'm going for Ronnie.
Ooh, rugged Ronnie Garvin. Gentlemen, you both are incorrect.
Is it Bob?
There we go.
Of course. I can't believe you wouldn't know that Bombastic
That was my
Bob
next pick.
Holly
Damn it.
was in the NWA stable in 1998.
That's good. That's good
I
for
think
me.
he was. I think he was a part of the the new Midnight Express or whatever the fuck they were trying to do. I don't know. It was a bad angle. It was a bad time.
That's bombastic Bob Holly. Holy shit.
It really is.
I didn't even hear you say Holly. I just heard Bombastic Bob. I'm like, who? Who is Bombastic?
Well, I did say just Bombastic Bob at first,
Okay.
and then I clarified that it was.
I had no idea.
Bob and Bodacious Bart Gunn.
That's true.
Yes, Bodacious Bart.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm seeing a picture of them with the NWA Tag Team Championships right now. What a hell of a gimmick that was.
Holly's got a full head of hair over there.
Yeah,
That's
amazing.
Yeah. Alabama's own Bombastic Bob.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
So, number 4, we're going south of the border. We're talking a little bit of lucha libre over here. Which of these matches main evented the one and only CMLL and AAA cross promoted show? This happened in 2001, by the way. So if that helps you with any kind of context whatsoever, it probably won't. But I'll see if you guys know who was on top of AAA and CMLL at this
Not
time.
Mystico.
It was not. No, Mystico is not on the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is before pre-Mystico. It's a long time ago, brother.
Yes. Right. Now, the other thing is that all 4 of these options are, according to Cage Match at least, the only 4 matches on the show. So, there you go. It's narrowed down the field quite a bit. So your choices are A, Hector Garza, Latin Lover, and Tarzan Boy versus Los Infernales.
Okay.
This was the Los Infernales team of El Satánico, Rey Bucanero, and Ultimo Guerrero, if that helps you. Was it B, Brazo de Plata, El Rayo de Jalisco Jr., La Parca, and Octagon versus Abismo Negro, Cibernetico, Pierrot Jr., and Shocker? Was it C, Felino, Heavy Metal, and Negro Casas versus Bestio Salvaje, Electroshock, and Pirata Morgan? Or was it D, Emilio Charles Jr., Mr. Niebla, and Olímpico versus El Cobarde, El Tejano, and Sangre Chicana?
I'm gonna lock in B.
Logan's locked in.
I'm going with A with the Infernales and the other team.
Infernales are always a good standby for mid-2000s CMLL joints, but not today, because it was, in fact, the Brazo de Plata, El Real de Jalisco Jr., La Parca, and Octagon versus Abismo Negro, Cibernetico, Pierrot Jr., and Shocker. I think that was the, I think maybe aside from
why? That's such a weird fucking one.
And Shocker, I think that's maybe all AAA, except for those 2.
Why is that the answer?
It was the style.
I picked the most. I'm like, this is gonna be a BS. Like, it can't be a good main event. Like, what do you expect, Jack?
Oh, almost certainly not. Almost certainly not. Keep in mind, Negro Casas.
Yeah, that's right. When I heard Negro Casas, I was like, wait, maybe he main evented. But I almost went for that.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, it is official. Jack Dudley is mathematically eliminated from being your strongest style world champion. But
I'll
for shits
come
and giggles, I'll get you, Gadget. For shits and giggles, gentlemen, I did make 5 questions, and I intend to ask 5 questions. So let's just round this one off for the love of the game.
Yeah.
And Jack, actually, you might have a shot at this one.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm locked in.
If you can tell me which NWA champion fought and lost to Satoshi Kojima at Wrestle Kingdom 8. All right. Was it A, JEFFJARRETT, Jeff Jarrett? Was it B, Just Look at Me, Rob Conway? Was it C, the Wild Bull, Hiroyoshi Tenzan? Or was it D, not related to Dick, Trevor Murdoch?
Were they NWA champion when this match happened?
Yes, this was for the NWA Championship.
Kingdom 8, we're on, 20? So it couldn't be Jarrett. Because he would still be, I guess, somewhat I don't think he was doing. Give me...
He was in, I believe, Global Force at the time.
Tenzan would make sense. I'll let Jack have Kid Tenzan. So I'll pick Murdoch.
Murdoch was not a
Captain
champion
Redneck.
that early. That's got to be Rob Conway.
It goddamn is Rob Conway.
2008 NWA, bro. It's got to be the weirdest answer possible.
He was in the dome with goddamn cozy Satoshi Kojima.
We should do a wrestling smorgasbord. We watch that match, the Tokyo Pimp Walter match. What other
Oh my god.
other matches that should not exist that do? We got to find some New Japan zeitgeist stuff.
Oh, there's tons of them.
Any Bob Sapp match.
We'll just run down the entire Bob Sapp IWGP run.
Well, Cooper, thank you. And as
Maybe we
champ,
should do that for an episode.
I want to confront you, Mr. Prater. You always claim that Collision is the A show, right? That is what you claim.
That's goddamn right.
Yet they're running away from the smoke because they didn't air on Saturday this week. They ran off to Thursday on the 4th of July. You know what did air on Saturday and was unafraid of America? Of America 250? MLW Fusion 202. Let me tell you this card, Cooper. So out of morbid curiosity, seeing what the main event was and that LeBron Cozone was wrestling on the show, I decided to throw this on. Now, this show is taped 4 months ago in Atlanta at Center Stage. It has 3 matches. Combined, those 3 matches run for 22 minutes in a 50-minute show. So we start the show with the most TNA start ever, where they're saying America 250, and all of a sudden Contra starts glitching out the feed. And the opening match... Oh, wait, no, and then they talked about that Bishop Dyer, whatever you want to call him, is leaving the promotion. So Donovan Dijak has to find a partner by the end of the show or he'll be stripped of the tag team titles. Now, he is in the main event against... Who could it be, Cooper? Do you know who he's wrestling in the main event? In a singles match?
Oh, no, I don't remember the singles match. I know who his new tag team partner is.
Well, he's wrestling Machine Gun Carl Anderson in the main event, brother.
That's right. It was the Machine Gun.
It was their Machine Gun.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, fine, I'll throw this on. We were talking about it last week. I'm morbidly curious. It was 50 minutes, so I was like, I could do that. Well, the start of this show is them being okay, you have to find someone or you'll be stripped of the title, whatever the heck. And they say that Bishop Dwyer made demands that would make billionaires blush, and he's been locked out of MLW. And so the first match is a bunkhouse stampede match to crown the first ever MLW Southern Crown title. Let me tell you the participants of this match. I was dumbfounded by the names of this match. Our good friend Trevor Lee.
Very good friend of the show.
Our good friend Andrew Everett.
Very good friend of the show. I saw him fucking almost die.
DPW regular Diego Hill.
Okay.
Festus.
As in
Festus.
Doc Dangley?
Yes. Now, keep in mind, Carl Anderson is wrestling in the main event. This is for my money, the only time Doc Dangley has wrestled as Festus in over however long, 10 years or something like this. They did not explain it. They just said they said Doc Gallows was at the doctor's. Maybe he had Festusitis. And he's like full.
That's not a thing. What the fuck is a Festusitis?
He's wearing the Long Boys no straps, Festus on the butt cheeks.
Okay.
Doing the Festus. So like they show the image for this, and Doc Dangley's doing the Festus face, and I'm like, why is Doc Gallows?
He still got his beard and stuff, yeah.
I was like, why is Doc Gallows doing the Festus face? I thought this was like a bit, but no, he's legit coming out as Festus. Tom Waller is on commentary, by the way.
Biscuits and gravy.
Ikoro Kwan, who I've never heard of, who is apparently the Lucha Hunter, who is in Contra, and Don Gatto of Don Gatto Tequila is watching this match at ringside in a throne. Jesus Rodriguez. Do you know who Jesus Rodriguez is?
I have no idea.
Sounds familiar.
You might know him by his WWE name, Ricardo Rodriguez.
No!
Oh!
Are you serious?
Yes. In 2026.
That's really funny.
Interesting. I also know him as fucking the Lucha gimmick he had with Kalisto and early. He was El Local. He was in the first.
El Local.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good fucking wrestler, or at least he was at that time.
He's not now. He's not now, brother.
Oh, now. Oh, okay. He fucked it. Okay.
Josh Bishop.
Sorry.
Matthew Justice. Yeah. Paul Hauser. Wow. Not Paul Walter Hauser. And apparently they're calling him the mercenary Paul Hauser. And he's coming out in not even wrestling gear. Brother is coming out, and I swear to God, street clothes. Maybe some tights for the pants, but he's coming out in a t-shirt.
Okay, wait. So this is a different guy than Paul.
No, it is Paul Walter Hauser, but he's only going by Paul, the mercenary Paul Hauser. And they are not mentioning that he is a celebrity.
All right.
Yeah. And GCW faithful, the Beast Man.
Oh, I love the Beast. I have so much to say about the Beast Man.
The Beast Man was awesome.
We'll talk about the Beast Man all night long after we get into the produce.
Did you see who won this match?
Yeah, Trevor did. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Oh, cool.
It was, for whatever reason, it was the top of my fucking recommended news.
Was that he won the Southern Crown?
Like 2 days. Yeah, it was that Trevor Lee won the Southern Crown or whatever.
So this match starts. Big Festus starts whooping tail, right? And then Jesus Rodriguez goes to the bell and hits the bell again. And Festus goes into a stupor and just walks out of the ring and stares.
I remember that was fucking Festus's gimmick. He would be activated by the bell.
And so he just like stared for forever. And then this match went on. And Hikaru Kwan got into it with Don Gatto, who at one point hit him with brass knuckles to the face. Very hilariously, they're like giving commentary on each guy as it comes out. Josh Bishop's music hits nothing. Because they taped this match before the main event, where Josh Bishop became the new skyscraper. And I assume they said something about that, cut it out. But they didn't cut out in the match where he did offense or like, the newest skyscraper, hitting him with this, completely derailing what the whole show is built on. In the opening match, the whole show is like, who is going to be Dijak's new partner?
Big Dog. Part of the reason why these tapings took so long to get out was because I think they were looking for a new editor, and they didn't fucking catch that.
No, they cut out the first part of the commentary, but they didn't cut out the thing where he said the newest skyscraper.
That's hilarious.
You're kidding me.
Dude, MLW, I will be
Maybe
your editor.
We should all get in on
MLW.
Catch that
shit, dude.
It's on New Japan World.
I know we can. Yeah. Well, Cooper can't watch it.
Well, anyway,
No.
It was a bunch of brawling. Bishop and Justice got in some cool brawl spots. Apparently, they wrestled a bunch. Jesus Rodriguez, at one point, after watching Festus in a Super, who like put him in a Super, decided to put him in the ring to pin him. 1, 2, and Tom Mahler takes Beastman's bone and hits the ring bell, so Festus kick out, and he's like, I'm not letting him do that. He has a medical problem. He can't do that. Festus starts kicking butt. He brawls with Jesus and I don't remember who. Oh, the Beast Man out of the arena, and then like Matthew Joe stuff, and then basically Trevor Lee ends up hitting a cave in on Andrew Everett and wins the match and the Southern Crown. I just couldn't believe in the year of our Lord 2026 that we saw Festus, and I went to Cage Match after this and looked through all of Doc Gallows' matches from last year, and he has not wrestled as Festus before or since. I'm also confused because they do tape a bunch of their shows and like have done stuff, right? And I saw some like Instagram reel where Doc Gallows was in it, and he had the MLW tag titles, and that's not even on Cage Match. It's a title difference. So I'm like, why does he have this title?
Well, the Good Brothers were, I think, their tag champs for a little.
No, they weren't. Not a Cage Match.
That doesn't seem.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like I'm correct, and I thought they were.
That's what I'm saying, man. And then we had like Austin Aries promo segment where he called out Mystico. It was like a package, and he said he was on vacation, and it just said it was a picture of greetings from India with Austin Aries with the MLW Openweight title on it. And then we had Teddy Long come out. Or Teddy Long walked backstage, see Dijak, who's like now going by the Skyscrapers. And he was like, they gave a little promo thing. And he was like, yeah, I see you're one of the new Skyscraper stuff. And Dijak kind of like blows him off. And he goes, by the way, I want my money. That Skyscraper is intellectual property, and walks away. And then he introduces, he gives a whole like rah 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 about, him, being the manager of Doom here and the Skyscrapers and all this stuff, and how famous Center Stage in Atlanta is. And then he says, well, I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm here to talk about the future of MLW. And that man is LeBron Cozone. Yeah!
Hey, he's got the Teddy Long
cosign. Yep.
Yeah.
Big Cozone comes out looking like $1 million. And then Cooper's favorite wrestler, Alan Angels, comes out for what is
hell yeah
a sub 5 minute basically squash match where Angels gets like
match of the year.
Angel gets like a little bit of offense, gets hit with the spinning backbreaker, the power bomb onto the apron, and a ball game. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Apparently, I looked to see what else Cozone had done. He was in the Opera Cup and won his first 2 matches and lost round 3 to Austin Aries, which sucks. But at least they let him. What's crazy is, so you told me last week that Joe Coffey is the Southern Crown champion, which hasn't aired, obviously.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he beat Trevor Lee for that belt.
He was signed.
He beat Trevor Lee for that belt
already. Wow.
But like a couple weeks before that, or like in the same weekend of tapings, Cozone beat him. So like, is Cozone just going to take that belt off of him or something? I don't know. And then we had a package. So apparently there's Contra, but there's also Contra Mercs, which is a faction that consists of everyone's favorite, Mags, Kroger, Cruel. Shotzi.
Mads Cruel Kruger. How dare you put some respect on that man's name? He got stabbed at an indie show. Don't you remember?
I do remember. Mads Cruel Kruger, who I don't know if he's still
survived a life-threatening experience.
Mads Cruel Kruger, Shotzi Blackheart, and the Good Brothers.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking
are
god.
in a faction together. And they're drinking the Don Gatto backstage. And Mads Cruel Kruger at the end of the segment does drink the Don Gatto. And they're like, we're the real Contra. You guys are the fake Contra. We're the real Contra. Yeah, they
how does Kruger drink?
He drank into the mask and it spilled out of the mask. Well, Carl's sober, so Carl can't drink none. And Doc Gallows is seemingly normal in this promo segment. And I'm like, was he not?
Well, why wouldn't he be?
The two different people. Can't you see?
He wasn't on the show.
Apparently.
What do you,
and then the main event happened. Dijak comes out. Carl Anderson come out. They mentioned that he's alone. They mentioned that Doc Gallows is like at a medical facility with looking for or getting a diagnosis or something. And then Tom Lawler goes, "Yeah, something like festicitis." And we get on to the main event where hot Atlanta crowd got to see Bright Lights Carl Anderson, the runner-up of main eventer of the G1.
2012 G1. 2012 G1.
Never forget. Former leader of the Bullet Club, the best leader of the Bullet Club. Roll up, Dijak. Turn the win. Yeah!
Easy money. Easy money.
That MLW booked this show for me. They specifically left off Austin Aries and the Rude Dude. So it was the most palatable thing. And then
Austin got a little video thing you said though.
Yeah, he had a video thing. Well, who cares about that? At the end, Phantom Hand just opened Jack's store. At the end, Josh Bishop came out.
The dog came in. Sarah left her with me.
She's learning.
She said, "I'm tired of the lady tonight."
Anyway, at the end, Josh Bishop attacked Carl Anderson. They did the new skyscrapers thing. That's how we ended the 4th of July. Hey, lady.
That's my bestie.
But yeah, I could not believe
Friend of the show.
Festus was in a match in 2026, and that seemingly this was just a one-off, only for the Southern Crown match, which I feel like was just a joke about biscuits and gravy, which they did mention biscuits and gravy on commentary. So,
well, he was they were country boys.
Yep.
Yeah. He's just got.
Where's Doc from? Is he not actually Southern?
No, Doc lives in Georgia.
I know he lives in Georgia, but where is he from?
Gallows is from
Cumberland, Maryland.
Okay, so like
not
too Southern.
He's not very Southern. He's Southern now. They did mention Talking Shop in the Contra Mercs promo, which did pop me huge. So, don't know what they're doing down there in the MLW factory. This is probably the last time I watch MLW. I'll seek out Kozone matches, but that's probably be it.
I really love that there is finally a company in MLW that is brave enough to answer the question, what if 2011 WWE just never ended?
It's true.
That's very accurate, yeah.
Well,
these are the things here.
I'm really
these
glad
are the things that some people are too scared to ask.
Yeah. They're really innovating in the space over there. Yeah, so good for all the renegades to get their weekly MLW update from us. I'm trying to think of a good segue into the other one, but there's not really much. Hey, I watched that fucking produce show. That finally aired. That goddamn Yakuza money laundering operation masquerading as a professional wrestling promotion. Did either of you guys see that?
I haven't yet, but I mean to get around to it.
Okay. I feel strange about it.
Okay.
Because on one hand, I think they're clearly trying something that I think is pretty cool. Bringing the whole produce kind of concept to American audiences, I think with American wrestlers, I think is something that can be cool. And I think they picked a great start for it with Jonathan Gresham doing it. Like, that tracks perfectly to me as a guy who should have his own sort of, show where he is in control of the creative for it. I think that was there was a couple of production issues that I don't necessarily blame them for, because they are just starting out, and it is literally their first show, so you're gonna have a couple of hiccups along the way. I think it probably would have been like, if I was there in person, I think this probably would have been like the most fun that I've had at a wrestling show in a very long time. But because I wasn't, there's some really, really good matches. There's at least 2 matches of the year on this show, according to me.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of shit that just feels like they needed to kind of pad out the card, which I don't think they needed.
Yeah.
And it's very much kind of like just the GCW gang decided to tag along, which like made it feel a little less unique to like the whole Jonathan Gresham kind of style than I think it would have if they just cut some of those guys. So like, starting off with it, they started off with a real banger, I thought. Zack Sabre Jr. came over fresh off of his Forbidden Door match. They made a big point of that on commentary, like it was literally the day after. And he fought Darian Bankston, a big Action regular, who has been getting quite a bit of traction recently across the U.S. Indies in various promotions. But I've always been a little like hesitant on Bankston from the handful of stuff that I've seen from him before. But I think that's mostly just because I thought the first time I saw him at the whatever Jersey J Cup thing, he was not like just putting his best foot forward because, and I don't blame him because why the fuck would you? It's the goddamn JCW Jersey J Cup. But the last couple of times I've seen him, I think I'm getting his thing now. And he works really, really well with Zach here. I thought that this match was really fun. Not like quite match of the year though, where I think it's because it's like it's still a Zack Sabre Jr. exhibition match, and he's not, in this case Zach is not really putting his best foot forward, but he does get to kind of like roll around and grapple fuck with Darian for a little bit, and that's fun. And Darian is able to hold his own to it. They make a big point out of this one of the technical wrestling for Americans reading Shakespeare to a dog thing. And they like part of the reason for this match happening is because Darian Bankston fucking is a Cambridge like Shakespearean like literature graduate. He's fucking like he went to school for Shakespeare specifically, and now he can also do technical wrestling. So I thought that it was a cool little fun match to start off the show. Tracy Williams and LeBron Cozone were up next, and I thought gave a really good performance. Cozone in his post DPW work, I think, is struggling with some of these audiences to really tap into what makes him special. And that's I think to be expected because he is so integral to DPW in North Carolina specifically, that I think like putting him in Brooklyn, New York, for instance, like he's just not gonna have this. He's not gonna be treated like a fucking like hero the way that he was down south.
Yeah.
And like he is so good that if given time, I think he'll transcend that. But as of right now, I feel like the crowds in these places just kind of treat him like a pretty good like hard-hitting brawler, but not like the savior of the company and all that kind of stuff. So Tracy Williams is really good, as always. He's been kind of sneakily having an impressive indie run post Ring of Honor, and him and Gresham had a really fun match earlier in the year that I think was maybe the impetus for him getting on this show. And I'm always a fan of old hot sauce from the Ring of Honor days. And then we get Man Like Darius versus Rich Swann. Like, this was fun. I would have cut it. It's to get the crowd hyped up. Apparently, Man Like Darius is with fucking Julius Smokes from like early Ring of Honor Julius spots. And Julius is fucking crazy now, I think. Like, I think he just is straight up insane. But he was fun to see out at ringside for the entrance. And then the first, I think, genuine match of the year, the Cowboy Way, Thomas Shire, One Called Managers team versus Priest and Billington. I thought that this was like supremely my shit, because they cut out all the bullshit. This is straight up, fucking the Southern Territory tag wrestling, and Billington fits in really well with it. He is improving by leaps and bounds, I think, and is a good like shit heel too. He's like learning the ways of how to be a shit heel from Priest, and I think it's pretty fun to see. The crowd was super into it. I think this was the first one that felt like a real wrestling match, I think, which helped. And then part of the stuff that I think it makes watching it post like super weird, these Abel Ferrara fucking musical breaks that they do. Because I don't know if you realize this, Abel Ferrara, like independent film director of goddamn Driller Killer and whatever, Bad Lieutenant and all that stuff, actor in Marty Supreme. He also is a musician and has a band that
Renaissance man.
Yes, and they played like 2 songs on this
so
fucking
cool.
produced show to break up the matches. It's like
this is something they tend to do for a lot of the produced shows, right? Have a musical guest.
I think so. Which like is once again I think would be fun live. I don't know how it's going to translate for the most part to the on demand experience, but and like Abel Ferrara's shit is like his music's fucking weird, dude. I don't know. It's like it's very like rambly, stream of conscious, like I don't know, the 70s New York punk, I guess. He has a saxophone player. He has a fucking the keyboard player that looks like he's made out of leather. Like it's a pretty cool. It was a cool vibe. And then at the end of one of his songs, he said, "Yeah, let's give it up for the boys in the ring. Let's give it up for the fighting boys. Them fighting boys.
Them fighting boys. Fuck yeah,
fighting boys."
That's so right. I might have to watch this one after we get off here.
Yeah. Actually, that was because it was before the tag match with the Cowboy Way and Priest and Billington. So the idea of Abel Ferrara to call it Adam Priest, the fighting boy, that was funny. Then up next it was Billy Starks and Liza Hall in what I thought was like maybe one of the better Billy Starks performances I've seen in recent memory. I think her Ring of Honor stuff is not really like given her a chance to really break out of the match layout and the mold that she's had with these Athena things. But like, I mean, honest with you, Liza Hall I think is really cool. I've never seen anything from her before. I think she's Canadian, and is really like in that very technical mold. I can see why Jonathan Gresham likes her and wanted to put her on the show. But she lost to Billy. And then we get a big stretch of 3 matches that I would cut out entirely. Charles Mason versus Amazing Red. Who fucking cares? The tag match with Effie and Mance Warner versus Connolly and Beastman. Like, I like Connolly and Beastman. I thought that they were doing really fun stuff. Effie and Manser, cut it. I do not dig whatever they're doing at all, really. And that was just some GCW shit. And speaking of some GCW shit, this massive 10-man tag with Lee Moriarty, Marcus Mathers, Marco Stunt, and Top Team, which is Jay Lucas and Teriyaki, versus Bam Sullivan, Cole Radrick, Gringo Loco, Joey Janela, and Matt Mako.
That is just a GCW special.
That's some GCW shit if I've ever heard it. With Lee Moriarty in it, who was too good for this. I didn't care anything about that. And then the main event, the big thing that everybody was here for, and I think the other match of the year on this, Jonathan Gresham, who the show is produced by and named after, taking on Fuminori Abe.
Hey, my boy.
Yes. And, man, Abe fucking knew the assignment tonight. He cut out a lot of his comedy shit that he tries to do sometimes on these like American shows. And this is just like a botchy fucking, we are fighting detectives kind of fucking style match. And it's all the better for it,
Yeah.
So yeah, go out of your way to seek out that one. Produce, I think, is ultimately going to live or die by the strength of their vibes. They will have good vibes live, I think, guaranteed for basically all of these shows. But I think they need to streamline a little bit and also work on making those vibes translate to the at-home viewing experience afterwards. There's good groundwork here, but they need to, I think, keep building it up if they want to be taken like for real seriously as an indie, which is just going to be weird for them already with how unique the concept is. So.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because like the whole thing is, again, it's just like different people getting to do and produce their own shows. Like the next one's Lee Moriarty, the next one after that is Rocky Romero. The Dogs have one, and God knows what I hope.
I'm so interested.
Yeah.
I hope Gabe Kidd
Me too.
has flushed Brett Lauderdale's number down the drain from that one GCW appearance. Just like refuses. It just brings in a bunch of. They bring in a bunch of Japanese guys. Also, the name Hell Comes to Dogtown is like chef's kiss.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing. Sorry, Logan. Sorry, you're
good. No, I think the thing is like see who's doing the show and see who's producing. I don't think everyone like. Ultimately, one of the few flaws that Lee Moriarty has was he worked at Indies for a long time and loves all those GCW guys. And like
boy,
when
does he.
Megan Bain and Joey Janela are running a show called Janelysis, I am tapping out. I am not watching that. It's like
yeah. You could not fucking pay me.
I've seen Joey Janela live multiple times. I think he's, I like Janela, but like I do not want to see whatever he's booking. If Bain books a bunch of cool women's matches, maybe. But I don't know if I trust her as a booker.
Yeah, if Bain gets like fucking like Big Hosh on the show,
that'd be sick. Yeah, of course. But like, come on now. Yeah, they're not. It's just every time you talk about Kozone, every time I hope if MLW actually booked Kozone well, like I swear to God, I might actually watch that shit. I might watch his matches like every single week because like I'm like dying for my boy to do anything. And the problem he's working all these shindies that like they don't understand what they have. Like West Coast just made Adam Priest their champ. You tell me you can't make Kozone your champ, bro? Like he's a dog. He's a dog. Just
maybe that's the long-term plan. They're gonna reheat those DPW nachos.
That's fine with me. DPW, it's like NXT Black and Gold, brother. It never dies.
Sleepy Logan.
It never dies. Speaking of never dying, AEW.
Wait, I want to talk about produce.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to say that I am actually, despite what Cooper said about some of the flaws of this first thing, I'm way more interested in produce as a concept than I've been for any indie in a long time. It's something, I mean, I don't know if you said it or not, but this is obviously a thing we've talked about before. I mean, this is a much more common deal in Japan to give
Oh yeah.
wrestlers their own sort of shows, specialty shows to book and produce. I just love the idea, even if it's hit or miss, even if it's not, some of the wrestlers are shit and some of them are good. Um, I just love the idea of like real, creative expression by the wrestlers in an indie promotion. And I'm interested in, like you said, the War Dogs one. I mean, I don't know what those guys don't wear their inspirations on their sleeve as much as some guy like Zack Sabre Jr. might. So like, I'm really interested to see what they cook up. And true for Lee too. I think that could be cool. Or that one's not happened already, has it?
That one is going to be in like a week.
That's what I thought. I knew it was coming up. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's a super cool concept, and I'm really gonna try and plan on watching it because, anything that sort of puts the product in the wrestler's hands to me is a good idea. I mean, they're not always gonna hit it out of the park, but I prefer that to an overbooked mess with, a bunch of producers working with the guys to get the stories across or whatever else. So yeah, I'm excited for produce. I hope that it has a long and fruitful run.
Yeah. And if the benefit of that of doing it this way too is that if it results in some dog shit, like I imagine the Genalysis one will, you know exactly who to blame.
Right? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's a good point. Honestly,
Well, it
it's
is.
like, well, yeah,
It is funny to look at some of these because they do feel like some of them are like built off of each other, um, and
Well, this one I think is very much building to the Tiger style Lee Moriarty one. I mean, just with his inclusion in that big clusterfuck match. So yeah, I'm intrigued as to what continuity will be, if any.
well, like some of them, it's like okay, this is what the wrestlers curated, and other stuff like again, like even that, the match you didn't like with Effie and Mance versus Beast Dog is leading to Mance versus Conley and a match next one for both the Independent and Revolver World Championship. So like both titles on the line, and so like stuff like that is like how much of this is like the actual wrestlers, how much is like a mix of like the wrestlers and because like it don't seem like everything's just straight up one offs. At least they're building like and again like Kozone will be wrestling Tracy Williams in a 6-man with him teaming with like Cowboy Way in the next show or something like that. And it's just interesting to see. They do have Scotty versus Persephone on the Azukar show.
On the yes, I did see that. Yeah, that'll be a good. They got some good ones for Rockies. I was a little surprised to see Rockies is like a lot of fucking like shooters. I noticed.
It's because Rock
For some like he's got he's got a Karl Malenko match on there. Dog.
that's so weird.
It's because
Yeah.
it's because Rocky's the goat, bro. That man can make anything happen.
Yeah.
But apparently I don't know what they're doing, but they have they had like Oni King versus Dominic Garrini, which like I guess like a pre-show or something like that.
Oh yes, it was. That was on the pre-show. Yeah. And by the way, I like this Oni King guy. I've never seen anything from him before, but I think he really impressed against Dom. They I think they didn't have enough time really to roll like heavy, but he was pretty cool. I thought.
Apparently, he's wrestled Gabe Kidd in 2024. So on his Instagram, I'm looking at his Instagram, and he's wrestling Binkston on like one of their shows in the upcoming future. But yeah, so it's interesting. Oh yeah, bro, on Rocky's show, he's facing Mystico. Rocky's booked
Rocky
himself.
and
The
Mystico,
face
yeah.
Mystico is hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see this. If that Lisa Hall is pretty good, she's on a lot of the shows upcoming forward, so maybe we get some new, really fun women's wrestlers to watch. But all right, I think it's time officially to move on to AEW Dynamite on what, July 1st?
Well, Dynamite was on, the 1st, and Collision immediately following up on the 2nd.
No, that's not right.
This time
it
around.
was July 30th, because Thursday would be the 1st, Friday 2nd. No, that's right. No, I'm wrong. You're right. I'm a dummy.
What are you talking about?
I'm a dummy.
Yeah. No, it's the first. I know I have
I
this pulled
started
up
doing
right in front of me.
For some reason in my mind, I'm like, the 4th of July was on Sunday. But no. AEW Collision.
Yeah, so
you want to take over, Coop?
Yeah, I'll go over both of these as quick as I can, really, because I'm not trying to stay here all night. And also, there was not a ton really to talk about from Dynamite or Collision specifically. Like, I will say this: like, a lot of the matches were really good. Even like possibly great. Nothing, no matches of the year on this particular AEW week for me. And there was a lot of, like, I guess, sort of like just story build and setup for redemption. So, which does look to be an interesting card coming up. I'm going to be very intrigued to see what they actually end up doing with this world title scene, with all the different players, Max and Kenny and Will and I don't know, maybe still Andrade and Briscoe. Like, there's a lot of interweaving elements in that top title scene, and it's leaving the not just redemption, but also I think the all-in main event looking a little less clear than I think a lot of us are thinking it might be, but I might be getting ahead of myself. So starting off, I'm just gonna go through kind of the matches and whatever little segments pique my interest here. So the first match of the night, we started off with the AEW World Championship match. The MJF title defense against Mark Briscoe that Briscoe earned at Forbidden Door in the the Death's Door steel cage match, which I'm tickled pink that they are seemingly fucking trademarking that and going to be making it a yearly thing in much the same way as like a Blood and Guts or whatever. They just can't help themselves, I guess. Over there, they just gotta have a trademarked branded clusterfuck match. So yeah, I thought that this was pretty good. Briscoe got busted open crazy style. Fucking yeah, right off the gate pretty much. And it was gnarly too. Like the one, like this, he got like these splotches on top of his head that turned like basically black, like during the course of the match. And you know, in much the same way kind of that I anticipated that this would go, Briscoe puts up a really great effort and gets the crowd really by his side, but ultimately is, you know, undone by his earnestness in a way, against a conniving fucking asshole like Max. The point that a lot of people have in contention with this is Max kicking out of the J Driller pretty clean. Like, you know, no, it wasn't a one-winged angel situation where, you know, it took fucking forever, and so it's not a real kick out. It was just Mark hit the J Driller, spiked him right on his head, and he kicked out it too. So, you know, I'm not that whatever, like, angry about it. You know, at the end of the day, Mark is just lower on the totem pole than fucking Kenny Omega, like, you know, and Max is higher on the totem pole, and so yeah, Max can probably kick out of even Mark Briscoe's like Megadeth finisher. We've seen people kick out of the J Driller before. It's not like, I don't know, crazy super duper duper protected in the way that some like a very small handful of finishers are. I'm cool with it. I think Mark is probably cool with it. I don't care. And I think it made for a really good, like, people did bite on that near fall. I think, and kind of for a second, forgot that that there's no shot in hell that they're taking the belts off of Max before he gets a chance to face Kenny. So, but yeah, good match, but nothing crazy. I've seen better from these two specifically.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the tax and tables match from All Out, but what is really so. So then MJF runs into Kenny and Will backstage. Actually, I don't know if the backstage segment or if he called him out in the ring was when they made the stipulation for next week. But it's the same thing that he did with Hangman, in that for Kenny's big title match next week, if he loses, he can never challenge for the belt again. So
classic.
They are laying it on thick that I think our boy is getting that belt back. And
I think someone's finally gonna win with that step. That's awesome. I think
so. If ever there was a person to break that curse, it is Kenny by God Omega. And I think that ultimately the big, like, reasoning for this, I think Max is hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would be pushing this as early as they are under normal circumstances if they intended to keep the belt on him. So, I mean, it'll still be probably a really good match, and I'm going to watch it live just to see my boy fucking get the belt again. But, it's nothing if not predictable. So, moving on, we have maybe my favorite match from Dynamite this week. For the TNT Championship, the Jet Kevin Knight defended his belt against the Blackheart Lio Rush. And fellas, I hate to tell you, Lio Rush is just good. Like, he's really good. And I think that if you can't see what works about this, I think maybe we just view professional wrestling a little differently. He like the ways in which Leo incorporates his, like, gimmicky shit is weird. I'd never expected the Blackheart thing to be, like, subtle necessarily, like, in the matches, because it never was on the indies. On the indies, he way overdid this shit, and, like, it came across super fucking, like, edgelord, middle school, like, that idea of what, like, a cool supernatural character it would be like. But with this, I don't know. I don't know if it's him or if he's collaborating with somebody else to make this thing a little bit more, like, toned down, to where it doesn't affect really the actual, like, moves and shit that he does. Like, he's still Lio Rush. He still does, like, really cool, like, athletic shit that, looks cool and gets the crowd behind him. It's just that he has this added element now of also being, like, basically, like, fucking, like, wrestling Gollum. Like, like, you feel bad for him, or at least I kind of, like, genuinely feel bad for him when, like, people are, like, beating him up.
Yeah.
Because he has that just awful, like, screamy voice, and he makes these, like, just terrible faces and stuff. I don't know. He's tapped into something really weird and creative, and I think that I'm more interested in it than I ever thought that I would be. Kevin plays a really good straight man to this too, and that's part of the fun of it is just seeing other people react to Leo, and Kevin reacts to Leo really, really well, kind of like how I think most people would. So, but yeah, that was really fun. Then I'm gonna skip over that Moxley and Ospreay versus fucking the Swirl.
I skipped over that too, brother.
Who fucking needs that? Yeah. Jack.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard the news, and you took a whole week off from this show to celebrate the return of your boy, King Switch. Jay White is back on AEW programming. He came out on Dynamite.
Yeah. No, I don't care much for Jay White. I'm not a big fan. I'm happy for those who are big fans. I think I say to those AEW guys who seem to like him so much, I think that you never really got to know Jay White before. The real Jay White, who was he was not there for very long. He was not in main event matches for very long. I think many people will start to see the real Jay White. Yeah. The few he was in were not good. There was one specific one that I have seen, which is the drizzling shits, and that is that fucking MJF match everyone always talks about. That match sucks so bad. Sorry if either of y'all are fans. I do not like that one. And I do not like Jay.
What did you think of this promo, Cooper?
I was right. I knew exactly the kind of promo that he would cut, and he cut.
I liked it.
Yeah, he had that little sing-songy fucking cadence.
He seemed
to it again.
Like I don't know. He seemed like, in a sense, like, yes, he was still hitting like the beats, but he seemed kind of checked out or like angry or like very pissed off.
He's such a try-hard dude.
But like not in like a. He seemed like dejected. Like he was going.
I mean, that's Jay.
I mean, I think here, it came across to me more just like getting like the safe pops from the crowd. Like that's it. Like he and that's maybe fine for now. He's not really in a position to do much else. They're just putting him right back with the Bang Bang Gang and doing the famous Bullet Club lore feud that they were always supposed to do and never got around to. So he talks shit about Finley, which there's history there to draw on, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, like just I don't know how much of it he can help just sounding the way that he does.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, that's how I feel. Like, he just gets on my nerves. The accent and the cadence and everything. It's just not. It's like I said, I feel like Jay White, I always talk on this show about wanting like authenticity and wanting some level of, like realness I can connect to. And Jay's one of those wrestlers I just feel is such a fraud. I don't know. I don't know him.
You know why?
I don't buy into anything that Jay does. Why?
Because he's a sweet boy at heart.
Maybe it is. Maybe he's too nice. Maybe he doesn't work as the edgy heel. I remember that first year I started religiously watching New Japan before he left. I thought that there would have been legs in a face turn sort of redemption thing for him, but no, that didn't end up happening. And I hate that the actual good Bullet Club guys are gonna have to since everyone thinks that they're the second fiddle B team, compared to fucking Jay and Juice and all these guys, when they are so much better. Well, I like Juice, but they're so much better than fucking White's Bullet Club ever was. So it's annoying that they're gonna probably get, beaten down by these. Maybe not lose the feud, but at least be made fun of 24/7.
I mean, it's
For the next, considering how long AEW feuds go for the next, like, what, 6 months, probably?
it's
I'm going to have to be seeing it on Twitter every single week.
it's not true,
Ugh.
Jack. Jay's Bullet Club had Doc Dangley and the Machine Gun. Like, how can you beat that pair? Also,
Bro.
okay, maybe I'm the Jay White apologist on this podcast. Because here's the deal:
You can be.
I think he's a great wrestler? No, I think he can be a very, very good two great wrestlers at times. I think the Hangman pair he had when he worked those series of matches were very good. I think his face stuff he did right before he left was very bad. I think the MJF stuff, like, I think the build of the feud was fine. I think everything in the match was god-awful. But I attest that more to MJF than I do to Jay White. Because I feel like MJF had gone full, like, off the deep end at that point in that title reign where he was just, like, super Hoganing everybody.
Look, 2023 was a different.
It was a different time. I hold that more against MJF than I do against Jay. And MJF has done so much better recently that it's like I can look past that stain. Look, everyone's gonna drop a deuce every once in a while, even if it's a bad one. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he is a very certain type of promo and wrestler. He also stole your boy's catchphrase, Jack, in this promo. He said, "I'm the most high."
What did he say?
He said,
"You've got to be kidding me."
Let me read you the thing, because he said in the middle of it, he said, what was the Yudo catchphrase? So he said, who better to clear the air than we can all breathe easy than yours truly? Because simply put, I'm a cut above. I'm the most elite in this ring. I'm the most high. I'm the switchblade. I'm the catalyst. Blah, 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 blah. Ain't nobody got what I got.
I can't.
But, I did like when he said, Gabriel Kidd. That popped me. That popped me a little bit, I'm not going to lie.
Gabriel Kidd.
I like when people say his full government name. But I think, you know, maybe the Switchblade and David have a good match that we never got to see. You know, ultimately, I'm happy to see that match, even if it's like 2 years too late. It's too bad Gabe Kidd's doing all this Death Rider stuff now, so it's not even going to matter. It's just going to be 5-on-2. And we have Ace Austin also for some reason.
It's odd, isn't it? I mean, I was going to wait to talk about it. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think we're desynced again a little bit.
You got it, Jack.
Okay, well, still, I think we're desynced, but I think that I think that's weird too. I was going to talk about it later. The Gabe situation with the Death Riders, because he hasn't appeared with them in a really long time, and I kind of thought that when the War Dogs came over, that was just going to quietly fade into the background. But that's becoming way more important to what he's doing in New Japan right now than anything to do with him still being with Finlay and Connor, so I don't know.
Well, I think that's because, like, of the Shota connection and stuff more than anything. It's just, it's easy.
Yeah.
Like, and you can set up that Mox match. You can set up that Mox match for later. If you have him as Death Rider versus not.
Same.
But
no, I guess they could.
Plus, if he does become more Death Riders than Dogs, which he said on Collision that he's both, but if he does become more Death Riders than Dogs, Jack, that means more likely that Finlay will shine and he can leave Finlay alone. You know?
Gabe was on. Yes, that is a good thing. Gabe was on Collision this week.
Promo segment.
Oh shit! I had no idea. I gotta look that up.
They also had. Now there's like a.
Yeah, he was not in the arena.
Yeah, well,
the man was not in the arena. God.
We got one more Dynamite bit to talk about, but I'll make it pretty quick because there's not a whole lot here. The main event for Dynamite, for the vacant TBS Championship, that Survival of the Fittest match that we've been doing weeks and weeks and weeks and seemingly never-ending weeks of qualifying matches for, has finally happened. And we do have a new TBS champion. Hikaru Shida was the last woman standing amongst a field that included Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, Micah, Queen Aminata, and Persephone. I was a little surprised that I did not hate this match, which I was expecting to. I don't really like Survival of the Fittest that much. I did not really care for any of these storylines going into it or the build to this match whatsoever. The actual action itself I thought was pretty fun and kind of made me forget about it for a little bit. Sheeta winning is definitely not the most exciting option. I think out of all of these people here, only Harley that really could make a case for being worse than her. But I think Sheeta actually might take it right now. I think she might have been the worst woman in this match. But she does have a actual ongoing storyline, shit as it may be. It was a weird choice to main event. I don't really understand why they picked this one and didn't have the world title one go on last, other than, I guess, I don't know, just Max wanted to go home early. Or they wanted to, whatever, pop the big rating at the start of the show. But I mean, like, it was fun. It was more fun than I thought it would be. And Persephone and Aminata and Statlander, and Micah, who I'm not usually big on from her Stardom stuff. I think like this handful of times I've seen her, I've not like been super blown away or anything, but I think she like fit into this pretty well. So you know, of the Tony Khan era Survival of the Fittest matches, this one did not feel like the biggest waste of time that the last couple have. So that is your big update and closing for Dynamite on July 1st. And then we got into the A show the next night for the Collision Minute. This one comes to you from San Diego. Filmed, I believe, back-to-back and edited together. Boy, I would love to have been there for this taping. Kick things off with a little Forbidden Door action, the first of a couple Forbidden Doors on this Collision, with the Death Riders team of Pac and Claudio Castagnoli taking on Unbound Co's Drilla Maloney and Shingo Takagi. The War Dragons are colliding.
That's funny. They haven't teamed up together in a minute.
I'll tell you, brother, what Tony Khan does what Gato doesn't.
Yeah, I suppose.
He knows what's good for him. So this was really, really great, as you can expect. I was this is the kind of match that I am into. These are the kinds of wrestlers that I am into. Very chud on chud violence here, with particularly Claudio and Shingo going at it. Pac and Shingo are in the ring, Excalibur does mention their Dragon Gate history, which I thought was pretty fun. And really kind of weird to think about with how entirely different the both of them are now from way back then. This match did, I think, go a little bit too long, and that is maybe holding it back from, like super high recommendation for me. And that's going to be a problem later in the show too. But I thought that it was like a big, like, stupid, hit each other really hard kind of high energy tag match, which it's never bad for me. So, then up next, I'm just going to get right into the next match, and another match I thought was a tad too long. Andrade, how you know El Idolo?
How you know?
How do we know? He took on the Machine, the Swolverine, Brian Cage, star of Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, Brian Cage. and this is pretty fun. I imagined that these two would work well together, and they do. I think my problem with this is actually not Andrade related at all, because he didn't really play up the gimmick super hard in the match itself. I thought he did go over to the side, take pictures of the fans, all that, that's good Andrade gimmick. That's the Andrade gimmick that I like. But I think Cage is at this weird point now in his return. I thought, don't get me wrong, I love the Machine. I think it's awesome that he just fucking openly is the most unnatural man to have ever existed. I think that's wonderful for him, and I'm glad that there's at least one wrestler still keeping the spirit alive. That spirit being tremendous anabolic steroid use. But but I do have to say, I think this time it might be a little bit too much. I think
guys, controversial opinion. Steroids are bad.
I think it might be affecting him in ways that I don't care for as much now. I think he's he looks fucking insane, which is not really my problem. I don't really care much about how he looks at all. But I think he just seems a little slower now, which he didn't before. It used to be that he could strike this balance of being fucking massive and also really snappy, and I'm not really getting the snap that I like in cage matches. So I don't know. I think maybe we should put him back together with Archer for that Murder Machines tag team, and that way he's having to do half of the work. And so maybe he won't tire out super easy, but I think that him and Andrade can, in maybe a different set of circumstances, work a slightly better match than this one. I'm gonna skip over a whole bunch of bullshit from Collision that nobody really cares about. Hey, they did show a video package for the returning, soon to be returning Willow Nightingale, where she is shopping for vinyl records. So hey, if only there was a certain podcaster who has some connections to a vinyl record sales place that could maybe hook up Willow Nightingale with some, probably a lot better records than those ones in whatever shitty record store that she was looking at on this video package. So Willow Nightingale, please come to Opelika, Alabama and shop at 10,000 Hertz Records. But then the next thing that I think is really notable, this 6-man tag, Speedball Mike Bailey, Bandito, and Mystico, kind of the dream team over here, taking on the Rascals. Fuck the Rascals, I hate all of them except for Myron. But they did do good work, putting over Mystico real strong, putting over Bandito really strong. Bailey, I think, looked good, but I think the two luchadors were definitely the standout here. I hope that Bailey just doesn't get lost in the shuffle as kind of Mr. Babyface tag guy after the Jet Speed split. I do hope that they maybe heat him up a little bit to get back to get his win back over Kevin. Essentially is what I'm trying to get at. So, and then your main event for Collision, the Proto Star Kyle Fletcher against ELP.
E.
Yeah.
You gotta do the next. Wait, you gotta do the next one. No, wait, that's
no.
No. It's
Okay. Yeah. El Phantasmo. Okay, look, this match was good. It was good. Kyle Fletcher's a good wrestler. ELP is so clearly, desperately, nakedly begging for a job.
Please sign him. Please,
look,
God, take it.
I don't
stay on that side. Stay on that side. We're good.
I don't want him on my roster, but I do want him to get paid and get health insurance. So,
I don't.
Look, man, that man's had a rough life. In case he needs it, man.
He can have a rougher.
Bro, he had cancer!
Build some immunity, goddammit.
Please, for the love of God, Tony, you want to sign this man. I promise. I promise you.
We'll see.
That you want him so bad on Ring of Honor in the TV title division. Nobody would be better. Nobody would be better to take the title off of Blackheart Leo Rush. That is such a perfect feud.
I mean, the good news for him is
you say that like he's not going to be on every Collision main event with the Bang Bang Gang.
Oh my God! After this, he can be in Bullet. He can be in the Bang Bang Gang. That's perfect.
The good thing is if he doesn't make the AWA, Maple Leaf Pro, brother, MLW, DDT, any of those will work, brother. He could jump over the arc. Honest to God.
Dear Lord.
Hey
man,
is there anything?
I don't think that would be.
Is there anything else you have to say about this?
I'll pay money to see him get his head kicked off.
Yes, true.
I'll pay that.
No,
I don't have.
Well, Jack's gonna do his New Japan segment, but he has to do something. But I have breaking news that I have to get a reaction for, Cooper. I'm gonna paint you a little bit of a story. So, 9 days ago, Sami Zayn won the world title. 9 days ago, Sami Zayn won the world title, Jack, right?
9 days ago, yes, this did happen. And I know exactly what you're about to say.
And, he was supposed to defend his title tonight against Cody Rhodes. Now, Cody Rhodes magically gets injured at the start of the show, attacked by Gunther. And do you know where Raw is tonight, Cooper?
Why would I ever?
Raw is in Chicago, Illinois.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
And who is to come back in the main event and face Sami Zayn for the world title on Raw? But CM Punk on Full Gear, and he won the world title. And Sami Zayn's only world title reign ends at 9 days to Chick Magnet Punk live in Chicago on Crazy Gear, brother. That is the most Cooper Prater Spirit Pro booking I've ever heard in my life. I just have to know how you feel about that. I know you don't feel anything, but there has to be a twinge of irony you feel there.
I'm really glad that CM Punk's horse got better.
He's stat padding, bro. Bro, main evented WrestleMania, lost, left for 2 months, came back and won the world title for a title that doesn't even belong on Raw. That's a SmackDown title, brother.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
Hilarious. Someone said this is WCW 99 when Sting came back and beat DDP. But hey, we have good wrestling to talk about, Jack. Isn't that right?
New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah, we do. Today, okay. Y'all talked about Forbidden Door last week without me, right? Because I didn't even get to talk about Forbidden Door.
Yes.
Talked about a lot of it. Okay, well, not much happened New Japan related at Forbidden Door. The main thing was that Shota Umino versus Pac IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship match, which was great now, wasn't it?
It was pretty good.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was really good. I really like Shota's work.
Logan forgot that this is not a video podcast. He was just nodding away.
See, it's just...
but after...
Go ahead, Jack.
Oh, sorry. I'm in control of the New Japan segment, Logan. This is what y'all give me every week.
Are you a Shindio freak?
Nobody is allowed to talk over... Are you a Shindio freak? Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck me. Anyways, that led into
This is off the rails. Oh god.
this
Sorry.
will
Go ahead.
be this will be this. Oh, Jesus Christ! I am totally thrown for a loop. That led into today's show, the Road to G1 Climax Night 6 show in Cork and Hall, which featured Gabe Kidd finally challenging Shota Umino for the Global Heavyweight Championship, as well as Ryohei Oiwa versus ELP for the G1 qualifier, Oscar versus Yujiro also for the G1 qualifier, and in the main event, Yo versus Francesco
We'll
Akira.
have to talk about that.
It was fine. First off, we did have that Oscar versus Yujiro match. This one was, a Yujiro match, so it was kind of slow and not anything, like crazy athletic, but it was fun. Yujiro sort of did all his stuff while Oscar is actually was really able to flex his selling chops in this match, which doesn't always happen in the KOB matches, which they're normally so dominant in. Yujiro was working the leg the whole time, and Oscar was really putting on a pretty convincing performance of his leg being hurt. And I thought that was cool. Just another sort of check in the column of me really liking Oscar. It was the classic thing where, like, a few of the House of Torture members came out with Yujiro right at the beginning, and they interfered from the beginning, and then right when you think Oscar has the upper hand, it's like, oh, Sonata is here, and he didn't come out with him at first, so then it becomes, another uphill battle. And then Yuto actually finally came out and helped his bro and fought off the HOT for the German to be able to take the win, with Yuto actually running in and they hit the knockout blow for him to get the 1-2-3. So yeah, now we have both the KOB and the G1. Obviously, we talk every week. They're really one of the hottest acts going in Japan right now. So that should be fun to see. I think they're both great, so I think they might have some of the most standout matches of the tournament. And then we had ELP versus Oiwa, which I totally sleepwalked through and did not pay attention to at all. But Oiwa did win, so that's cool. And ELP did sort of act like he might be heading out, so we'll see if that's to AEW or to wherever else. I just am glad that he is getting the fuck out of here. But what we really are all in it for is, of course, this big match right here, the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship match, the debut, or the return in ring of Gabe Kidd, who is now with this new character, one of the most absolutely hated and reviled villains in AEW, or in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I apologize. AEW were the best wrestle for real. I love this gimmick, guys. I think, Logan, you've seen it now. You didn't hear the crowd reaction or anything, but you saw the match, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is exactly, best case scenario. He's really locked the fuck in with this. I like this match a lot. I watched it with Sarah. It's one of the matches I watched with my wife, and she was really drawn to both these guys' performances, which is a great sign. She had a lot of she gave me a lot of chances to go through the Gabe lore, which was very great. And she didn't even know it. Like at one point Gabe got they did a lot of spots with Gabe and Tanahashi, who is sitting there because he presides over all the big IWGP championship matches. And she was like, why is he getting in this guy's face? What's their story? And I was like, give me a second, baby. It was a lot of fun. Gabe came out
any chance to Gabe explain to
I know. Yeah.
Jack is going to take it.
Yeah. She said that in all great art, you can feel that there's depth there, even when you don't know what it is.
That's right. That's goddamn right.
Um, Gabe came out, yeah, like I said before, he came out to the remix sort of the Death Rider horns, which was honestly kind of badass, even if it's an AEW reference. It worked for him. It's very intimidating. Um, and then yeah, some sort of re-recording of 2 Years in the Dojo with new lyrics that I will have to find out what they are and read them aloud on the pod next week. Um, but Gabe comes out and he immediately drop kicks the referee and he takes the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship and he throws it outside the ring. He's stealing a bit of a Naito playbook as part of the new gimmick. But whereas Naito always acted flippant with the championship, sort of like I'm too cool for this, Gabe is clearly just like always. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's furious and is angry and hates New Japan and wants to. He's doing it all to hurt everybody. You know, he's this great betrayer now. It's great. And the people just are so upset. They're so upset. It's so good. He did not even have time. Like, so Shota runs out immediately after Gabe attacks the referee, and they start brawling, into the crowd. And Gabe came out with like his fit, his fucking UK streetwear with the tracksuit and the sweats and the beanie even. So he's wrestling him with the fucking beanie on it. And it's so funny. And then finally they get up there to, that balcony area in Korakuen where like the stairs to the outside are. And Gabe sort of starts taking it off and getting into his normal ring gear. And Shota's trying to fight back, for what it's worth. They're brawling pretty evenly, but he gets the upper hand. Like Logan mentioned earlier, he tries to take off his sweats and stumbles a bit and can't do it. And then he looks at the crowd. He's like fuck you at the crowd, like naturally.
His boots, man. The
but
boots.
It takes him a while. Yeah, it's the boots. It's new. He said in the post-match promo, he's like, he's like, real life is tough, like this like this cow that was slaughtered to make my new boots. And he's trying to nepo baby show it. I don't know. It's just, he's fucking nuts, dude.
He looks like an Aardman character more and more every
by the
day.
way, yeah, Sarah was like, she was like talking about how he looks so ugly, like she did with Jun Kasai. She was like, why does he have that tooth? Why does he look like that?
Like giant fake gold tooth. His teeth are all
I know, it is
messed
terrible.
up British wise. It's like his face is thinned out, so it's like the more like rat like beard. Like he looks straight up like a modern day Aardman character. It's like the best way I could describe him. He also keeps saying "suck your mom." That's something else we picked up.
He is saying that.
He is.
But then later, when I was sort of going, when I was going over it with Sarah more about him, she was like, "Oh, that must be." She was like, "That must be intentional that he looks like that because he's playing this awful character. He's trying to get heat by looking so disgusting." And I'm like, "Yeah, maybe, maybe. Who knows with Gabe?" Then Gabe picks Shota up and throws him face first into the corner on the just like that hard corner there where the stairs to the like concessions area begin in that opening in Korakuen. And one woman gives out the loudest screech I have ever heard in my life. She is just, I'll send it to y'all in a second. She is absolutely terrified for Shota in that moment. And rightfully so, because Shota runs the blade when he is down and has a full crimson mask for the rest of the match. This match is really, it's great. It's very hot and exciting, but it's a lot of brawling. good brawling. Gabe is good at that, and so is Shota. They've got, the emotions behind it, but it's a lot of like wild swings and slaps to the face and all these other things with just their big moves sort of breaking it up. It wasn't a quick match. It was a short and ugly affair. Um, I figure it's a very different match than the one they would have had at Forbidden Door or maybe a bigger New Japan pay-per-view, whenever it might have happened. But um it was mostly really just a showcase for Gabe to get this new character over. And I think it was a huge success in that regard. He looked like the best version of himself before he got too in the weeds with shouting the call and response, like spamming "I'm a madman," and spamming the Orewa and all these things that he would, just simple call and response like cheap pops. There was none of that, It was back to the Gabe that we really liked that first year he debuted, where he's like a serious, tough brawler, kind of a throwback to the unpredictable, I don't, not, pun intended, but the madmen of the 80s and not early 90s with, guys like Bruiser Brody and Stan Hansen and the like.
Oh,
I mean, I
excuse me.
know, those are absolute legends of the business, but that's the character that he was always kind of going for when he was in Japan or early on and again now. Just this sort of unpredictable force, crowd brawling, and genuinely dangerous. And I'm glad that he's getting back to that, especially if he's going to stick around with this double contract situation. We at the very least have him throughout the G1 and maybe into the future. Who knows how long it'll take to get this visa issue settled. Um, so yes, Shota does have a few close calls winning. He does hit a very sweet lariat sequence at one point when Gabe rolls back into the ring after some more crowd brawling. And goes for second chapter, but he is not able to hit it. Then Gabe pretty much takes control for the rest of the match. He hits I think he hits two pile drivers, a regular one and then the drill a hole, and Shota's able to kick out of both. But then, fuck, I can't remember. It was early this morning. They do something else that eventually leads to Gabe just getting him in one more and being able to win with that. And yeah, he is now the global heavyweight champion once again. It's back under the watchful eye of the dogs. I think that the global championship has been with them like the majority of its time existing at this point. But I dig it. I think, like I said, if Gabe's gonna stick around, I think this is great. And it gives Shota, if he's not going to stay feuding with Gabe, it makes him once again a front runner for the G1, which is good because that's kind of who I'm betting on. Um, I have no idea what Gabe's run looks like from here. I guess, he could face any young gun and lose to them, be it Yuya or Oiwa or just Shota again, or even like Drilla if they want to be annoying, but it could work. Just any young babyface to defend New Japan and take it from him.
Well,
Um,
at this point, I imagine pretty much anybody who goes against him is going to be the, you know, babyface defender of New Japan.
yeah, no doubt.
You could theoretically do it even with somebody who's normally, you know, more heel aligned, I guess, like somebody
Right.
from the Empire maybe or something like
Yeah.
that. But
I mean, he has got, I'm the Newman defender here, but Kid came back and instantly, proved that he's on another level to somebody like that. He's gotten way more
yeah.
heat in
I
one
can
match
attest to
than than anyone in UE has gotten this entire half of a year. Um, so yeah, I hope they run with it. I mean, I think it's amazing. The only thing stopping it is just like everything, like who knows how much he's going to be splitting his time between here and between the states. I mean, right now he can't go back, so that's kind of sweet, and he's going to be doing the whole G1. So look out for it. This could be a really great run, I think, and I look forward to see what happens here in the coming month and a half. Um, and then yeah, we can run through. I mean, the Yo versus Akira match wasn't anything. I mean, it was pretty good. I think it was mostly down to me really liking Akira. I think he debuted this new Tajiri inspired gear, which was cool. Tajiri's one of his mentors.
You got the long
Um,
boys.
yeah, he did. He did have the long baggy boys. Very cool. Yo did, more bullshit, referencey spots, but it was pretty good. It wasn't nearly. I think they should have swapped the global title match and made that the main event, definitely. But they are clearly trying to reestablish some prestige for the junior title right now. So, um, I guess that's just what they're thinking. So yeah, that was Yo retained, and I think Akira, as sad as it is probably pretty far down the totem pole to be like the next junior champion. They've got guys like Fujita, Wado, Doki again are all ahead of him in the pecking order, which I think is sad. I'm a big Akira fan. I've talked about it
Dude,
before.
I never understand their. I barely understand New Japan's booking at the best of
Yeah.
times, but there's insistence of like bringing somebody back really, really hot from like an absence or an injury or something, giving them like a big, world title match, or even winning the belt sometimes, and then just like cooling them down to basically nothing.
I know.
Again.
Isn't that like
I do not get it. Because like wasn't Akira like treated on this comeback initially like, oh shit, he's like the
yes.
next like big junior hope,
Yes, so it was super. They took him super seriously. He came back at New Year Dash as like another piece of, like United Empire is becoming the top heel group, and then he went straight into that uh that big feud with Hiromu, which was a tag team thing
Yeah,
with him
yeah.
and JAY versus Hiromu and Ishimori. But the angle at New Beginning ended with him beating the fuck out of Hiromu and sort of sending him packing. And then yeah, he faced they went on to face X and Ishimori for the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles, and then they lost for whatever reason. And then he had a lackluster G1, and now he sort of got this number of contenders match, but then lost the title match on a Korakuen show. So you're right, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Yeah, man.
They're just immediately right back to where he was. I just don't get it at all. Um, yeah, I mean, who knows?
And
The
yet they'll
junior
go
division is
with fucking
absolutely just
Yo.
crackhead. Yeah.
They'll just decide on a whim to put the belt on Yo finally after his fucking seventh try to get over that actually worked.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know. The junior division
I'm sorry,
still
I
sucks.
didn't mean to bring the mood down.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, junior division. I like what's happening in the heavyweights, but I will continue to say the junior division is just absolute fucking garbage right
Well,
now.
who they have the title on specifically.
Yeah.
It's like they had such a
Um,
good tournament that they. Oh, it just pissed me off. Sorry, moving on.
I know.
Moving on.
No, you're good. Just a few more highlights to hit. I mean, the G1 in Chicago is coming up this Saturday, but before that, we have one more show tomorrow. That's that Tiger Mask, the fourth retirement show. Um, there's actually not really, sorry, there's not really anything exciting happening on the
Contagious.
there's not really anything exciting happening on the undercard. It's mainly just those two Tiger Mask matches, the Dynamite Kid one and the Rocky Romero Black Tiger one that we already talked about. There is an Aaron Wolf and Oleg and Jado versus Yuto Ice and Oscar and Gato match, which is kind of fucking awesome. And I hope
That's actually
yeah,
really fun. That sounds
yeah.
cool.
That's like the only match I'm excited about, and I hope it means that we might be getting after the G1 some KOB versus Wolf and Oleg action, but that might just be, I mean, who knows? The G1 resets everything, so this might just be a fun little one-off that they're doing. But yeah, then we've got the G1 on Saturday. That is going to be I mean, we know the entrance, but this specific card is Aaron Wolf versus Hanare, which honestly sounds like a pretty fun, weird clash. I wonder how that will turn out. And then we've got a match long awaited, Shingo Takagi versus Jake Lee in neutral American ground. That's hilarious. So hilarious. Holy shit. Oscar versus Rin Narita, which they sort of built up here with him getting the win over Yujiro. Then we've got Yuto versus the Great Okan. I have no interest in that. I'm sure he will be sleepwalking through it. Shota versus Zack, another rematch from the worst Wrestle Kingdom main event of all time.
Oh my fucking god.
They love to do that one for some reason.
my worst nightmare.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hiroki Goto versus Sonata. Yuya versus Cal Newman in a rematch from the New Japan Cup finals. Then, I don't know why this match is getting the semi-main spot, but I'm all for it. We've got Oleg versus Oiwa. Good luck to them. I hope they show the fuck off. And then, yeah, the rematch from this year's Wrestle Kingdom main event, Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji. The one match missing is because of Gabe Kidd's visa issue. We will not be having Gabe Kidd versus Drilla, and it will be happening at a later date. So that's what's happening in New Japan right now. I mean,
no Zack on.
We're right on the precipice of a.
No ZSJ on the Super Show.
No, he's facing. Fuck, did I miss that?
The Shota
Zack,
rematch.
yeah, Zack versus Shota.
I just blanked that. I heard you say it, laughed, and I'm like, yeah, Zack's not in a bad match. What are you talking about? That just it blanked out on me for a second. I was like, there ain't no way they're not bringing Zack over to the stateside. But sorry, my fault. I heard that, reacted to it, and still blanked it out.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine fucking hearing about it, going to Tokyo to see it, and then forgetting about it on the train ride back to the hotel.
It's probably good that you forgot.
Yeah.
Well, then I was reminded because I opened up Twitter and I saw everybody telling me about what a shit match I just watched, and I was like, oh yeah. Thanks.
Anything else you have to say, Jack?
Well, anyways, that's Shin Nihon. No, that's Shin Nihon. We'll have a lot more to say next week when the tournament gets underway.
My God, this I'll let you guys know. From now until the end of the G1, we are, by we I mean everyone except for Cooper, are Shin.
We all watching the G1.
We are Shin Neo freaks.
Yeah.
Yo,
But for real,
is there one of those fucking Chris Samsa little
There is.
pick'ems?
Yes, there's the pick'ems. They weren't able to be uploaded until today because they didn't finalize the fucking tournament until today.
Yeah.
But there is one, yeah. I will send it in the group chat, and that'll give you some reason to pay attention to it, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay attention to the results, at least.
All right, and I'm stated for the record. We're watching every match. We're watching every match. Would that be...
We gotta come up with a punishment.
Oh, God. I get immediately stripped of the title.
We'll figure it out.
With that being said, it's time to hit that outro. Thank you for listening to Strongest Style, a pro wrestling podcast. That has been it for us this week. We'll be back next week with another few hours of rousing wrestling content. If you want to follow us on social media, you can follow us at Strongest Style. You can follow me at Logan Herson. You can follow Jack at Average Darth. Cooper doesn't have social media, but Cooper, any last words?
Too many lines! Too many lines!
You can find Strongest Style on all of your podcast players of choice: Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We upload every new episode on a Friday at some point, so be on the lookout every single Friday for a new episode of Strongest Style. We appreciate you all for listening. We will see you guys later. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang!